Welcome. Thank you for participating in our education research study, Creation and Validation of a Tool to Assess Clinical Reasoning in Nephrology Fellows. This research is possible with the generous support of the William and Sandra Bennett Clinical Scholars Program, part of the Kidney Cure Grants Program of the ASN Foundation. The purpose of this research study is to develop a tool to assess nephrology fellows' clinical reasoning skills. Clinical reasoning is the process by which clinicians gather, interpret, and synthesize data to arrive at a working diagnosis and management plan. Our tool is called Reasoning Evaluation in Nephrology Education, or RENE for short. So why are you being asked to participate in this research? Well, it's because in order to validate the assessment tool, we must see how the tool works for real-world nephrology fellows like you. This means that the tool measures what it is meant to measure. That is, in this case, clinical reasoning. That fellows find the tool's web-based interface easy to interact with, and that fellows think the directions are easy to understand. How much time will you spend participating? There will be 2 administrations of the tool, the first in the fall of 2021 and the second in the spring of 2022. Each administration takes at most 1 hour. Following the administrations, there will be 2 one-hour focus groups to obtain feedback on the tool, the first in the fall of 2021 and the second in the spring of 2022. What is required of research participants? First, completion of the web-based clinical reasoning assessment, and second, participation in focus groups to gain feedback about your experience with the tool and ways to improve it. For fellows who participate in the focus groups, they will be compensated with $20 gift certificates. Are there benefits to this study? You will have an opportunity to learn more about the science of clinical decision-making through participation in the study. You will also have the opportunity to gain feedback on your clinical reasoning skills from your program director. Are there risks to this study? There are no physical risks to the study. If there are questions that make you feel uncomfortable, you can decline to answer them. There are protocols in place to maintain your anonymity with the investigators. What will happen to the information collected in this study? Your responses to the web-based clinical reasoning assessment will be exported by the principal investigator to REDCap, a secure web-based application for database management. A neutral third party who is not a nephrologist, a co-author, but who is certified in ethical conduct of research, also known as an honest broker, will manage the REDCap database and create a de-identified dataset with your responses for the investigators to score. The investigators will never know the identities of participating fellows during or after the scoring process. Scores will be submitted back to the honest broker, who will relink your identity with your score and email it to your program director so that you can receive valuable feedback from the clinical reasoning skills assessment. All identifiers will be destroyed at the conclusion of the study. We may publish this research, but rest assured that your identity will always remain private. If you have questions about this research, please contact Suzanne Boyle, the principal investigator, at the email or phone number below. If you have a question that cannot be adequately answered by the investigator team, you can also contact the Temple University Institutional Review Board at irb@temple.edu or at the phone number seen on your screen. Thank you for participating in this education research study. Please proceed to RENE cases 1 or 2 based on the directions from your program director.